Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. I did Snow White earlier. She was the first in the line 2018's Disney designer premiere series. This one is the second. So they go once a week. Every week another one is released. So she was the second, and this is Cinderella from 1950, which is where Cinderella was released. So here we go. And she has a 4,400 of her. I don't know how they decide how many of each one to make. Obviously, it has something to do with their estimate of how popular each doll is going to be. So for whatever reason, they definitely thought that Cinderella would be a little bit more popular. They gave her an extra 300. I think Belle and Ariel are the leaders with 4,500 each. And then Tiana and Jasmine only 4,000. So here's the design cartoon of her. Very, very fashionable. Again, right from the 1950s. Let's look on the side. This kind of gives you an idea of what she'll look like, what the doll will look like. Very beautiful. And again, the conceit is what will she look like walking on the premiere for her own movie, Cinderella, in the 1950, released in 1950. So very, very pretty design. And I think, it does really, add a breath of fresh air to the normal dresses. Because, if you think about it, sure, we all know the iconic dresses that each princess is supposed to wear. But when you're kind of doing these limited edition releases year after year, you do start running out of ideas. I mean, are you going to put them in wedding dresses next, or how are you going to do it? And so I think part of the reason this line has been a little bit more popular than in the past, because traditionally 12-inch designer dolls are not quite as collectible or appreciate as much as the 17-inch ones, as their so-called big, big sister, not big brother, but big sister dolls. But this one has been pretty popular. I think she sold out in only like 4 or 5 minutes, believe it or not, online. And they're so popular that the few that are released to the Disney stores, they have to actually raffle them in order to decide fairly who gets them or not. And I think, again, it's been so popular because you finally put these classic, iconic characters, and then you gave them a fresh new look. Now, sometimes the look works, sometimes they don't, but it's something fresh, it's something new, and so I think it brings a little bit of that excitement, to the line, and I think that's part of the reason why it's a bit more popular. In addition, I think they advertised it a little bit better, and they released a lot of other products with it, like bags or makeup kits or magnets or pins or whatever you have, and so the whole line was kind of marketed very strongly, and there's a lot of interest in it. And they certainly started off the line very strong. I think that Snow White and Cinderella are two of the best, of the collection, and really sort of exemplify the idea, which is beautiful, high-quality doll of an iconic princess in a beautiful dress that is, faithful to the decade that they're from. And it's just like the theme is very, very good. They go into their own movie premieres, very glamorous. They're dressed up, in their most glamorous, and they pull it off real well with Snow White and Cinderella. Some of the other ones, like Jasmine and Tiana and Ariel, I think that it's a little bit shakier. Whatever you feel about the dresses, does it really accurately reflect what they'd be wearing? I mean, Jasmine's supposed to be from Middle Eastern, right, culture, Aladdin, the Arabian Nights, and so she has to have a dress that's appropriate for that. Would you wear that particularly in the 1990s on a premiere? I don't know, but putting Snow White in the 30s and Cinderella in the 50s, these are pretty strong designs, very strong dresses. So it's very, 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 very beautiful, and it's also fitting. And that's a balance I don't think they did quite as well with Ariel or Tiana or Jasmine. And I think Belle looks gorgeous, and hopefully I'll be able to get her. I don't know if I will. It'll be a little bit difficult. But when I do, I'll make a video of her as well. I don't really plan on getting Ariel, Tiana, or Jasmine, because I just wasn't really sold on the design of their dresses. Okay, so here we go. Let's open this up. So this flap shows, again, the original movie poster. It kind of sucks because half of it is like basically stuck in here and I really can't pull it out. So we just have to kind of see this part here. And then on the other side, we're going to see the tickets. So again, you are cordially invited. You have the invitation to meet Cinderella, sweetheart, for 1950, and then here's your 2 tickets. So very nice. And then again, taking a look here, here she is, very, very reminiscent of Grace Kelly with that hairstyle, her choker, necklace, and of course this beautiful dress, which we will take a little bit closer look at. So again, I'm gonna remove the shield so we don't have to deal with the glare, and I'll see you after. Okay, welcome back. So I have her removed now from the box. You can again see the invitation and the tickets, and sadly only a small portion of the original movie poster. I really think it's kind of weird how the way they designed it, they made it so difficult to take this thing out. I mean, you literally have to rip it to get it out, and I'm not willing to do that. And that's kind of odd why they don't just make it easier for you to just basically take it out and get it back in. It's already protected in a plastic sleeve, but whatever. I guess I have to go online to be able to see what this truly looks like from the intrepid deboxers who are out there. So with the plastic shield off, you definitely now have a chance to look at her in all her glory. So very beautiful face. Again, as you can see, immaculate hair, rooted hair, and rooted eyelashes. Very, very beautiful makeup, nice earrings, great choker necklace. And you can see nary a hair out of place. Maybe 1 or 2 strands, but again, the hair gel game with these dolls are pretty strong. This is actually pretty nice and soft, surprisingly, so it's good. Nice lipstick, and then she has, of course, this very, very classic gown. You have the beautiful embroidery. Take a look at the different stones here. Very, very gorgeous detail. She has a crystal clear handbag. I don't know what that is, whether it's just like a small handbag. I don't know the exact term for it. My wife probably would, but it's crystal clear as a homage to her glass slippers. Now this is completely sealed in place. You can't move it. But from other YouTube videos, I can tell you that she does not wear her glass slippers, which may be a little bit disappointing to some. But again, remember that the idea is that she's walking down the red carpet attending her own movie premiere. So she probably wouldn't be wearing the glass slippers. It's just simple black shoes. And maybe as a homage to the glass slipper, she has this, which looks like a sort of a see-through glass-like handbag. So you have the choker necklace matched by the pearl bracelets here on either side, and then she has the gloves. Again, the sort of the classic colors of Cinderella, but adapted with the same thing with the hairstyle and adapted for the 1950s, and 1950 to be specific. Here's the elegant black tulle right here. You can also see a little bit of the little designs in here. The black dots, very nice. And then the red carpet, of course. And then again, the paparazzi taking pictures on the red carpet. So again, close up of her face, the gown, the detailed embroidery, the rhinestones. And again, this is not how you normally see the classic Cinderella. She has her hair in a bun and all that. But with this style, it's really very, very reminiscent, in my opinion. Again, I mentioned previously, of Grace Kelly. So it's kind of like Cinderella channeling Grace Kelly in 1950 at a movie premiere. And this could, in my opinion, very easily double as actually a version of Grace Kelly in doll form. So depending on how big a fan you are of Grace Kelly, you might really either like it or not be quite as big a fan. But again, in my opinion, her and Snow White and Belle, these 3 in the releases in this series, I think best exemplify everything they're going for, which is beautiful princess beautiful dress or gown that's reminiscent of their classic colors, but then adapted to the decade they're from, and also with that added touch of elegance, as if they're attending a movie premiere in the classic Hollywood sense. And I think, if you were to look at some of the dresses, like say Jasmine or Ariel or Tiana, I think that they fall a little bit short of that. But Snow White and Cinderella particularly are very, very strong, and so is Belle as well. So here you go again, backing up so you can kind of see her in all her glory. Again, just a magnificent entry into the series. Very happy I have her as Snow White, and I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed to see if I can get Belle. She's the last one in the series, and these are selling out in like minutes, so it could be a little bit tricky, but we'll try for her and see what happens. So again, and by the way, if you're curious, the retail price for these are about $110 US, I think, plus shipping and tax and things like that. So not cheap, but they're not break the bank pricey. But again, that's what they're going for. And then on eBay, of course, they're trying to sell these for triple or quadruple their price. Which, here's a tip: don't fall for that. If you miss out on one that you really, really want, just wait. In about a year, it'll fall back to below 200, I think, and you should be able to get one for 150 to 200 about a year later when all the hype dies down. The scalpers always get them and try to unload them within the first couple weeks. Try to kind of feed the frenzy and take advantage of the people who missed out. But if you're patient, and again, if you sort of know what you're doing, you shouldn't have to be victimized by that. So here you go. Hope you enjoyed that, and until next time, take care.